Hi, Jay. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Excited to speak with you today. So I thought we could start off just by talking a little bit about your background. What did you do before you became part of the blockchain space?
Well, I was in semiconductor industry for about 20 years, more than 20 years. And basically it's about like software and that's hardware design chips, and also managing a large group of people. Uh, and later on, I moved to the video streaming and start my own company. I That's so yeah. It's a lot of fun. Actually, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Do you remember what year you first heard about Bitcoin and or blockchain?
Well, I heard about it about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, and blockchain. I think it's very fascinating. It's like it's like magic. Uh, so it's then after my semiconductor and video streaming ventures, I found my passion in blockchain. So that's why.
Very
That's why.
cool. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I bought my first BTC about 6 years ago. Yeah, it was quite a long ago. It was not much. It's just.
Do you remember the price when the first one you bought?
It's I think it's about 50 something dollars.
Yeah, that would have been a while ago, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. So do you feel like your former life in the semiconductor world prepared you for blockchain? Do you and I guess in what ways?
Well, yeah, that's a very good question. It's because in semiconductor industry we have to be very cautious and meticulous on our design. And if this one fumble, that's cost millions of dollars loss. So we don't want that. And we do a lot of regression tests and do a lot of for every bug we found, we have to do the starter regression test and all that. And so for the also for the software and the hardware design, we have to basically realize an idea. We have to realize the idea and make a concrete, solid product for it. So it's like innovation and creation.
Mhm. So you're definitely like a product guy then. Yeah?
Sorry?
You're definitely like a product guy in
Yes,
that.
that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. So 2020 has been a little strange. I think we can all agree. How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected your goals that you might have set out for OKEx at the start of the year?
Uh, well, my pandemic, it's very sad. It's um, I, I think it's far from over. Um, but it would definitely um, steer the work models, from the office working to remote working,
Sure.
working from home, and also the I think my goals before I joined to join OKEx is more of like promote the products, roll out more products as much as possible, but with the good products, safe and sound. And
Sure.
at the same time, and we trying to promote the customer services and also the innovations and creativities, and among others. Also, we want to basically provide a services to the unbanked, so they don't have access to traditional financial services. So with the pandemic, come across, and we are more like it's, and like I said before, it's a very sad story, but it's we kind of want to make sure employees feel safe, and we will give them positive energy to them, because I'm a very positive guy, and I always stay positive. I try to tell them, everything will be okay, and we are going to be fine with the all this, and with all it's going to be over. And but I want to make sure they are feeling okay, come to work. If you don't feel safe, and they can stay at home and work from home. Yeah.
Do you feel like that's a bit of an unorthodox role you've had to take on as leader in this industry? Is suddenly taking care of managing the health and wellness of your employees in an unexpected way? And how have you been dealing with that?
Well, I would put it this way. As I mentioned before, the management and coaching and mentorship and all that, I really enjoy doing this, and especially about something about blockchain, and I just love it. And so for whatever the reason, I would definitely want to promote this idea and more, and put a positive spin on it, and share with my employees, so they can feel more confident and more trust on me. And same with the customers and trust on OKEx. Basically, same analogy.
Sure. Wow. You had mentioned a few minutes ago that in a normal year, you probably be focusing a little more on putting out more products and focusing on things like that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about OKEx Chain and the OKEx DEX, if we could, a little bit. I think these are really, really exciting projects you guys are working on. There was a period of time when decentralized services were perceived as more of a competitive threat rather than maybe innovation to embrace. What do you think led to the shift from you guys and from a lot of people in this industry to more embracing these decentralized aspects of the technology?
Could you rephrase in a different way? Could you just say it in a different way so I can better understand your question?
Sure. So I'm interested in OKEx Chain and everything you guys are working on with the OKEx DEX.
Yes.
And I'm interested in what is leading so many exchanges to focusing on building their own blockchains and focusing more on decentralized services rather than maybe a custodial exchange.
Okay, if I get your question right, I think with OKEx Chain, it's our first public chain. And so before, like OKB, it's based on the ETH. And now we migrate to OKEx. And it's basically, it's a part of the ecosystem, OKEx ecosystem. And I would say we promote the basically customer relations, and we trying to, that's to start with, and secondly, we're trying to promote the ecosystem as collectively, and so this way with the OKEx and all that, it's the first step on the OKEx chain. So it's I think it's we will have more and more dApp rolling out pretty soon.
Cool. Okay. So any updates you can share that we can expect in the next half a year or so on the OKEx side, OKEx DEX rather?
Well, I would say we are now basically more focusing on the products, like options and futures and perpetual swaps, and we're looking for we also trying to promote the fiat gateway, fiat to crypto gateway, all that. So I, you guys can welcome, be welcome to the post the comments on the Twitter, so we can understand the needs better.
Cool. Customer experience, user feedback seems really important to you. I know you've mentioned a couple times that you're very
Yes.
focused. Do you think that that's something that's missing in this space a lot, that people don't focus on it enough?
I think definitely customer service is crucially important, and because after all, customer is king, and without customers' feedback or suggestions or anything like that, we would miss a lot of things. So we kind of, it's like we are building something in our own garage, not knowing what's going on outside the world. So we definitely want customers to come on to and build on the trust of the bonding between the OKEx and the customer, and that's a very good way to engage, I think.
Cool. I guess in the same vein, what could we be doing more as a community to humanize blockchain for people that are not necessarily tech savvy? Is there more that we could be doing?
Oh, that's why we have the Beacon program, OKEx Beacon program. And it started with Europe, and later on we're going to move on to different continents or countries. And at the same time, we also have OKEx Academy, and that definitely helps with the beginners. And also we have like such as options and USDT options, and those are for beginners as well. Just kind of digress a little bit.
No, that's actually is very, very neat. Do you think that that leads to more customers in terms of spending time focusing on both user experience and education?
Well, we're trying to basically convert traditional financial service players to the crypto side. That's why we need to, trying to educate them. And I totally believe there'll be coexistence between the crypto side and the traditional financial market. Cool. So that's why I think it's very, very important.
Mm-hmm. I saw your Father's Day video. That was really, really neat. Where you explained blockchain to your daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. What kind of role do you think kids and young adults play in the space? Is it important to talk to a younger generation?
Well, I do think so. Nowadays, the kids are learning very fast. It's like riding a bike or learning a new language or something. So when they learn fast, they can catch the the creativities, imaginations much faster than adults. And they're very creative themselves. So this way, by educating them earlier, and they can actually get a grip of what's going to happen in the future. I think the blockchain, like I said, I couldn't stress enough. I truly believe there's coexistence of the crypto side and the traditional market, financial market. So, say 10 years from now, 20 years from now, there will be a lot of things about the cryptos. And so I advocate the teaching young kids early age. They know things about the cryptos and blockchains. So in the future, when they encounter something, when they so they're not, it's not magic anymore.
Yeah.
It's
mm-hmm. Do you think it's important to talk to kids differently than adults, or do you think that people don't give kids enough credit, that kids can follow the same thing at an adult level? Or do you think it needs to be communicated in a different way
Yeah, we have to use some like analogy or metaphor to tell them exactly, explain to them in a different way. So so they can imprint this into their brain much better than adults. They have their own interpretation on the story we tell them. So I I I, I do believe a simplified and metaphoric speaking and putting out in a way which is makes sense and make it interesting and instead of the just bore them to another direction. That's not good.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get a little too technically minded, and sometimes kids drift off a little bit, huh?
Yes, that's right.
Um, so Bitcoin recently had its third block halving. In the past two halvings, we've always had the halvings have always preceded a tremendous era of growth, not just in terms of the price, but also in terms of the general innovation in the ecosystem. What do you see for our industry in the next 4 years? When we get to the next block halving, where are we going to be? What do you think the industry will look like?
Well, I'm still holding my Bitcoin, so I'm not trading anymore because I don't have much of a time. But I do think in the long run, uh, say 5 years or 10 years from now, it's just still worth holding. It's I think it will bring good returns in the future. Um, but before the next halving, I would say uh, we we still see right now still see a selling pressure and will fluctuate a little bit, but eventually will come back up um, and I have total confidence on it.
Do you think it'll stay up this time, or do you think we'll have another crash after it?
Well, I I cannot say. I mean, I cannot say this for definitely answer. And if it's not, I don't see it's going to be crash plunge
Mm-hmm.
very deeply. Uh, but I will say, if, at the end of the day, it will come back up and always come back up.
Mm-hmm. So you really believe in it as a store of value and as something that is going to be a legacy asset, maybe similar to gold then.
Yeah, I would say it's a digital gold and a haven for alternative solution for asset management. Yeah,
Absolutely. What
a
do you
lot
think
of,
of? Sorry, go ahead.
a lot of institution player already, you know, dive into this Bitcoin and crypto side. So
Sure. So do you think that larger governmental influence and larger institutional involvement is definitely going to play a role in the next phase of Bitcoin's development?
yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Can you
Uh,
elaborate on maybe some of the ways you think we're going to see that play out?
I think the institution players and the government, they I'm not sure how openly they do this, um, but they definitely I think they have plans for the for the bitcoins and the other major coins, and because they see this. Well, I'll give you an example. China is doing a lot of things with the blockchain, and same with America. And so, what I'm trying to say is, it's like catching the newest technology. That's um, the government knows about it. Everybody knows about it. They need they need to be the pioneer in this new technology, just like internet before. And
Absolutely.
that's why I think American government or any other European countries and they all want to get in and jump in and get a first bite on it. and it doesn't matter if it's going to work for the best or for the worst or something. They trying to make sure they have this technology, understand it quite thoroughly, and use it for the human's well-being. That's what they're trying to do, I think.
There's definitely certain technologies. Machine learning comes to mind, artificial intelligence, blockchain, where people have been saying for years that the countries that are smart enough to embrace these technologies now are going to control the future. It sounds like you agree with that statement then, that the countries that embrace blockchain today are going to be much more powerful tomorrow.
Well, in a sense, I would say I wouldn't say completely agree with that because nothing is for certain. But definitely, blockchain is will be the newest one. The new way represents the new era, and so whoever controls blockchain, of course, has a better edge to the future, and that's why Asian countries like Japan and Korea, they were trying to catch up because, like, such as Japan, they definitely want to get into this arena and put some flex their muscles, and it's the same ideas.
So we have 6 months left in this year. As we said before, it's been a bit of a crazy one. But in terms of the remainder of the year, what kind of roadmap can we expect from OKEx? What are you working on for the rest of 2020?
Okay, that's a very good question, and I keep my goals like the goals I set before I went OKEx. Trying to live up the goals, and also so that's the rolling out the products, be more innovative, and basically building the trust between customers and OKEx, because we are one big family. I promote this. I constantly emphasize the one big family we are, and customers, and it's like they're all part of the family. Everybody is part of our family. We're building an ecosystem, so that's why. And also we have a lot of things trying to offer, and besides the products, we have like we're trying to promote the education and to the beginners, the crypto beginners, and also we're trying to promote actually not promote, and create a more fiat to crypto gateways at the same time.
I love how focused on community you are. It really shows. I know that your whole team is passionate about this. I guess on a slightly different note, but do you have any secret projects you'd like to share? Anything in the works that maybe people don't know about yet?
Well, if there's anything secret, we would actually put out on the social network, and we're very open to outside world. So it's like I say, we're trying to learn from our players, and also we're trying to defeat ourselves. So I would say, we're open. We're not afraid of the secrecy.
Okay, right on. So you guys are a powerhouse. You're already doing amazing work. What do you think it's going to take for OKEx to be the #1 crypto exchange in the world, and to maintain that title in the long run?
Okay. Well, I would say to do that, and we, besides the products and the customer service, we are offering much more than that. We basically in the derivative arena. It's we surpassed BMX a few months back, and so we want to keep on that path for the rest of the year and for the coming many years to come. And at the same time, we want to our numbers shows that our not only the trading volumes and the we are the biggest Bitcoin futures in this arena in the whole wide world, and we also we trying to become a top tier exchange in a way, not only in the crypto market but also in the traditional financial market. So we offer full spectrum of the products, so everybody can get access to their counterpart from their traditional market, financial market. So whatever the suggestions they have, they're welcome to talk, leave the message and comment on the social network, and we're trying to just roll it out as quickly as possible. So that's OKEx speed. We want to do it very fast, but make sure we make sure we did enough regression tests and for any minor changes.
Very cool. Jay Howe, thank you very much. This has been a wonderful conversation. I very much enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.